Hi, everyone. My name is Sway Jones,
And my name is Alyssa Rocha.
and we are Cal Poly Pomona students with the Estudiante de Dietética program. And today we'll be teaching you about activity in young children. Okay.
So, dietary needs for children. When we talk about energy for children, 3 to 5 years of age, we need to remember that these littles are growing rapidly. They're growing physically, mentally, emotionally, which is why it's so important that they consume sufficient energy to get through their day. So, for 3 to 5 year olds, we're looking at anywhere between 1100 to 1600 kcals a day. So, that includes 6 servings of grains, 5 servings of fruits and vegetables, preferably 2 fruit servings and 3 veggie servings, 3 servings of dairy a day, 2 to 3 servings of meat a day, and 3 to 4 servings of fat a day. Like I mentioned, they need to be consuming this many calories because they are growing, and they do need an adequate amount of kcals a day because they are growing rapidly. Um, and they also put out a lot of energy and activity throughout the day during their school time or playing, which is why we need to maintain the calories at a high level so they have enough energy to get through their day. It's also important for your child to be introduced to new foods and new textures around this time. It will help them with their brain development, and they should be learning what they're eating and what they're consuming and be able to identify the foods that they're eating. Um, we ask that you don't count calories for young children. Instead, provide a wide variety of foods and colors for them to enjoy.
So, a really fun way to get kids to be used to a variety of foods and getting them to possibly be less picky eaters is by combining the nutrition and playing. So, as you'll learn today, kids learn and explore the world through playing, and you can do something as simple as singing and dancing along to silly songs while the kid is eating. So, you can give the kids some apples and bananas, and then why not sing the song? I love to eat apples and bananas. This is going to get the little one moving and shaking and really excited to explore for a new variety of foods. So why is playing so important? So playing is how kids learn best. They are active learners and gain knowledge by doing. So this means they push, they touch, they taste, they smell, they jump, and they explore the world around them. And sometimes playing might mean they're going to get the world a little messy. They might spill some things or make a mess, but that's okay because their brain is developing as they move around and play.
So, now we're going to talk about some problems with inactive children and what that can lead to. So, something that's prevalent in our country, unfortunately, is obesity in young children. Now, obesity can be caused by a couple different reasons. It can be caused by behavior or genetics. And when we say behavior, we mean behaviors that influence things like excessive weight gain due to a high calorie and low nutrient diet, consuming too much soda or too much juice, not consuming sufficient nutrient dense beverages. Um, Also, sleep routines play a huge role in development for children mentally and physically, and not having a good sleep routine can lead to obesity in children. Another thing that's considered a behavior is not having enough physical activity or spending too much time in sedentary activities like video games or television, and this can lead to weight gain. Now, obesity in children is not a good thing. It can lead to things like type 2 diabetes, hypertension, joint pain, asthma, and other psychological problems. These problems can worsen and create bad habits into adulthood. Like I said, it's unfortunately it's prevalent here in the United States. In a recent study, they found that 18.5% of children and adolescents are considered obese. And out of that 18.5%, 13.9% are among the 2 to 5 year olds. That's high for these young kids. And out of those groups, childhood obesity is largely prevalent in the Hispanic community at 25.8%. Following that is the non-Hispanic Black children at 22% and non-Hispanic white children at 14.1. So again, this is a problem in the U.S. that we need to work on, and we need to put our children in a priority. They're going to be the next generation, and we need to make sure that we're providing as many good habits as possible so they can use that and carry that into their adulthood.
Now, there are things that you can do as a parent, and it can be as simple as encouraging your kid to play. So, playing does counteract obesity. So, children between the ages of 3 and 5, just like your littles, should be physically active and moving about almost all day long throughout the day. And this is going to really help them with their growth and development overall, and which is going to maybe limit the possibility of falling into that obesity category.
So playing helps with mental and emotional growth. Playing helps with your child. Playing helps your child grow emotionally. It provides joy, and it allows for an outlet for any kind of stress or anxiety. Now, I know you're probably thinking, my child's 3, 4, 5 years old. They're not experiencing much stress or anxiety, but unfortunately, they absorb anything and everything that's around them in their environment. So, if you as a parent or a teacher is causing some kind of stress or anxiety, or you're going through your own stress and anxiety, they're going to feel it and they're going to absorb it. Um, and with that stress, it's associated with cognitive delay. So it's important that your child is exercising to boost their hormone levels, to get that serotonin going, and it will help in their development physically, mentally, and emotionally. It's going to help things like motor skills, physical growth, fitness, weight management, cognitive development, social skills, and self esteem. So, what can you do as a parent to help your kid grow and play? So, we suggest giving your child an unscheduled free time to play. So, that can be open ended free time and they can do what they want with that time. It can be even as simple as finding everyday items around the house and allowing their imagination and creativity to run rampant. So we have ideas like maybe a cardboard box, um, tubes, paper roll tubes, colors, paint, crayons, blocks, anything that allows their imagination to grow is super important for the development. Another thing you guys could do is a whole body playtime. So this can be creating an obstacle course in your home with furniture and safe household items. You can have fun movements like wiggle under the chair, tippy toe around the table, crawl under the tent. When you guys are outside, you can do jump over the cracks or skip the corners or only hop in each square. These little fun activities, they're exciting for the child and they also get them moving around, which is extremely important.
So, what else can you do? So, you can actually encourage play through just everyday life and getting the kids just to do simple things like listening. So, kids learn different languages and conversations and words through listening and talking. And it can be as simple as speaking to them, but why not turn that into a game as well? So you can do something as simple as playing pretend. Let's say, let's do our little bunny ears, and you can get your little hand, your hands, and have your little mimic you, put your hands over your ears, pretending to be bunnies, and you can play a simple game as saying, little bunny, what do I hear? And you can say something like, I hear a bird singing over there. And then you can ask your little one, now what do you hear? And then just practicing those games and playing songs is really going to encourage them to learn different languages and just explore the world even more. So you can see playing is not as difficult as having a structured game. And one of the most important other things that you want to do is actually limit screen time. Now, I know it can be difficult, especially in modern times and with everything that's going on right now, but the brains of the children ages 3 to 5 actually learn best while being active and moving around. So things like TVs, computer games, and other screen time actually limit their creative play and limit the amount of knowledge that they'll actually be able to gain. So getting your child to play as much as possible is really going to help them overall. And a little bonus, it's going to even help them sleep better. So when it's ready for nap time, if they're playing and running outside, they're going to use a lot more energy than being on the tablet for the same amount of time. Now, that's really nice to say and everything, but the reality is right now, the little ones and you are all facing COVID. And with COVID, there's a lot of different restrictions and challenges that we're all facing. So, some challenges that come across with COVID are long hours of being on the computer. That could be for you, the parent, for the little one, if they're doing any programs or learning through the computer, for their siblings, if they have any. And that's going to drain them anyways. So one of the things that you can limit, one way you can limit that is if they're doing a few minutes on school, then that's it. You know, if they spent the time on school on the computer, that's their screen time for the day. Go out and play. Now, another challenge is everyone's stuck inside. And if you have a limited amount of space, then it can be really frustrating. But maybe even just telling yourself it's okay if they make a little bit of mess in this corner or in the living room. You know, hopefully we don't have a lot of visitors, but if the kids have a chance to make a mess and play a little bit more, it's going to benefit them a little bit more overall. And with the challenges of limited space and not being sure if it's safe outside is definitely frustrating, but we can overcome those. And one of the main ways is to set the example overall.
So, talking about setting the example, so we're going to provide you with some ideas of maybe what you could do together as a whole family to really encourage playtime and physical activity. So, as a family, you could do a family daily routine by doing a family walk, either in the morning, afternoon, or evening. Play active games together, like maybe hide and seek or tag, um, and have fun dance parties. Just play some music and let it get loud and let it be fun. Children are going to be willing to participate more if they're going to see that mom and dad are doing it as well. Um, w- by setting the example, kids again are going to be likely to want to be more engaged in physical activity. Plus, it's going to benefit you as the parent as well. So um, these ideas hopefully will be able to not only provide more physical activity and growth for your child and your family, but it's also going to give you a great opportunity to bond with them, talk with talk with them, and understand maybe their struggles. Kids sometimes don't want to open up because they might not feel like it's not the right moment. And providing that moment is going to be crucial for bonding time. So, lastly, we wanted to leave you with this simple idea of how to help your kid grow and be strong, and that's fruits plus vegetables plus play will equal a healthy kid. So, we hope that if you are able to follow some of these ideas um, and take away anything from this presentation, that by applying this to your child, you'll be able to see and watch them grow and become strong human beings. Thank you so much for listening, and we hope you enjoyed.